So there appears to be no Blaze radio. Probably went out, I don't know. So I'm gonna try something new. Record my thoughts at the beginning of the day instead of the end. First things first, I gotta do is get some. I'll fix my camera. I don't like to show the hood. I like to catch pictures of rain, clouds, and mountains. And so, what's on my mind in the beginning? You know, it's so hard. It was always hard, I guess, when you see these politicians and their stupid political acts. It's so obvious that they have no interest in the American people. All they care about is serving the people who help them get elected in the media and who make large donations to their campaigns. And in the end, the people who suffer the consequences are the regular old people. They're up there in the Congress and in the presidency, spending money, and saying, we'll just raise taxes because people have to do their fair share. And what exactly is fair share? Yep. Here I am at the first gas station. I can already see the yellow bags. Let me see if there's a pump available. This is El Paso, Texas. One morning trying to start my business day, I had to visit 3 gas stations. This one over here looks like it's open, so I'm going to be out of the vehicle and I'll be right back. Well, that was a big fail. And as soon as I got out, I noticed that they got tape across. Put the brake on. I'm gonna put brake on. I noticed they had tape across the Plus and Super. But the one that was supposed to be available was not available. So let me see about the next one. So the thing that's on my mind is that it's the people. I said this before. Sometimes, why do I bother? I've said it before. Societies are made of people. And what you have in the Congress, what you have in the office of the President of the United States, it's a reflection of the people of the United States. Evil exists, and evil is alive and well in the U.S. Congress and the U.S. Presidency, not to mention the Supreme Court. And it would be hard to fight that. It would be hard to bring the United States of America in line to what everybody, well, not everybody, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of drug dealers, there's a lot of gang members, there's a lot of immature children, there's a lot of immature adults. And they want something else out of America. They want to be taken care of. They want to be fed. They want to have their health care paid for. You know. So not everybody, but there's a large, there's a great amount of Americans who are personally responsible, who are self-reliant, who do have goals and objectives and in order to accomplish their dreams, who are good people, who are good and decent people, who are who are righteous, innocent, pure, humble and meek, not obnoxious, not the kind of people that get into other people's face and, you know, antagonize people with their stupidity. And they want a country that is about freedom, a country that's about liberty and independence, a country with all governments, municipal, county, state, special districts, respect their money. Because the hardworking people of the United States of America don't exist to finance every crazy idea that comes across a politician's brain. Let me see here. I'm going to try this one. I don't see any yellow bags, so I'll have to wait and see if it works. This one doesn't work. The one I might end up having to go to, I don't want to go to because my vehicle started to run weird after I put gas from that place. Okay, I'll be out of the vehicle. I'll be right back. Okay, done with the gas tank. It only took 2 gas stations in stupid El Paso, Texas. So now I'm going to turn on the business platform. Okay, that's one. Turn on the second one. Okay, that's number 2. See what happens, and if I start getting requests for deliveries, then I'm out. I gotta cancel this. Well, not cancel, just stop the video. So unfortunately, you know, the people are the reason that things are the way they are, with the media, with the news, with the politicians, with the business people, with the owners of Twitter and the rest. And in order to fix the country, you have to fix the people. What are the chances of that happening? What are the chances of the people of the United States of America understanding that they have to go to war, actual war, against their government? Their government has already declared war on them with the lies about COVID, with regulations, with laws restricting, with their complicity with social media and media. I was watching a documentary from an Australian person about this whole, you know, UFO thing and UFA or whatever they're calling them. And it's so obvious. You don't have to have training in psychology. You don't have to have, you know, behaviorism, training in behaviorism. It is so obvious that the people there, the witnesses, the people offering testimony, cannot be trusted. The signs are there. The physical responses, the behavioral responses to thoughts, the emotional response to thoughts. You can see it in the face, the watery eyes, the red face, the stuttering, you know, the nervous shake. People look like they're concentrating, telling their story because they're reading the script. They don't have a script in their hands, but they're remembering the script that they were told to tell. And, you know, what's the motive? And of course the motive is to control people, to take their God away from them. If there's Martians, then there's no God. And it's strange that today that would be a strategy, because, let's see here. Okay, I'll take that. Where am I going?
Head to your pickup at IHOP 3020.
Okay, so I can continue to go straight. I gotta pause the other one while I'm driving. And that's, you know, so what do you do? If you're a person in modern day America where the government has decided to do everything possible to beat people down and to suffocate them under tyranny, to make sure that people do not get uppity, that people don't demonstrate, that people don't go to the Capitol and take over the Congress and throw all those creeps out of the office.
In 1 mile, make a left turn on Gateway Boulevard East.
What do? I'm not very happy with God, I'll be honest with you. Every day is a reminder of how bad my life is and how bad it's getting. But I'd have to put number 1 on the list is salvation. What's going to happen, it's going to happen under God. I don't have a crisis of faith. I can tell you that clearly and honestly. I know God exists. And everything that is happening, is going to happen. It's because of God. And if He says that you have to invite His Son, sincerely invite His Son into your life, to receive the forgiveness of your sins. You've been forgiven. You just haven't shown up to the court date for the judge to say your debt's been paid. So there you are. That's the first thing I would tell you. Consider Christ. Can't tell you that your life's going to get better, but if you sincerely invite him into your life, when everything is said and done, you will be welcomed into heaven. Now, what do you do after that? I think God gave us a brain to use, to think, with reason. And it's so obvious that the world, all the governments in the world are now engaged in
In
control.
a quarter mile, make a left turn on Gateway Boulevard East using
Control
the
of the
upcoming
people.
left lane.
And you look at the news, things coming out of Australia where nobody can leave. Nobody can come into Australia. Nobody can leave Australia. Everybody's been ordered to stay in their homes. And COVID doesn't warrant that, by the way. And the information is there. You can look for it. The information on the new Delta variant is not that lethal. It doesn't get people that sick. It isn't killing people. Even originally, I live in El Paso, Texas. There was a surge of cases, and the hospitals were being overwhelmed. But why aren't we talking about why hospitals couldn't deal with the intensive care unit patients?
Using the left lane, make a left turn on Gateway Boulevard East.
I mean, there's 500,000 people in El Paso, Texas. It wasn't 500,000 people in the hospitals, in the ICU wards, ICU units. So why couldn't they deal with the 200, 300 cases they had? El Paso has a military hospital, Beaumont, has a county hospital with several locations, the University Medical Center. It has private hospitals like the Sierra
In a
Providence
quarter mile,
Health
make a
Network.
right turn.
I forget what the other one is called, but Del Sol. There's a ample amount of hospitals. Why they couldn't deal with all the intensive care issues that came out of COVID, in that 2-month surge. Somebody needs to explain that.
Make a right turn, then make a right turn.
I would like to have it explained. There were sick people and hospitals could not take care of them. Explain it. Why? Because that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You have told us. So I'm here. Probably can see where I'm at. No big deal. I'm not divulging customer information. So I guess I'll keep going till I finish with my thoughts. I'm trying to park here. Okay. So I'm here. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get back. Sometimes these people make it a chore. The easiest simple things in the world, they turn into chores. Okay, so I'll be back. So I didn't pick up the order. Man. See here, this is the El Paso, Texas IHOP Geronimo and Gateway. I stood there by the counter and one female employee came out to use the restroom. Didn't even want to acknowledge my existence. There's another one working the diner and serving and just didn't care. Just wasting my time here, that's all. And the sad part about it is that I wasted my gas, I wasted my time, and then the service is going to send somebody else, and that person will walk right in and pick up the order and walk right out. Well, I have my time wasted. I tell you, these people are just incompetent. They can't operate in the modern world. If I had seen somebody waiting there, I would at least go and ask them what they want. It wouldn't have been that hard. It would, okay, hello sir, how may I help you? I tell them what I need. They said, okay, thank you. We'll have it for you. Then I sit down and wait. But if they don't even walk over and ask me what I need, it's going to take that much longer to get the order. So, as I was saying, the people are responsible for society, but you couldn't fight evil. That's the reality of that. That's the big challenge. To fight what has happened in the United States of America, you'd have to go to war with the American government. And I mean go to war with the American government, because they're not. It's obvious to me that vote fraud happened. And it wasn't the Democrats. It was everybody. It was a big political machine, social media, regular media, even Fox News, the Republicans, Mitch McConnell in the Senate, the Republicans in the House of Representatives, and the lack of evidence is because the criminals have covered up the crime. And since they're all in it together, how are you going to get the evidence when they're all in it together? And now what do? You're alive, I'm alive, you're alive. We have to meet our responsibilities, pay our bills, buy our groceries, need a home to live in. So what are we supposed to do? So I would say first is, of course, acknowledge Jesus Christ. I can't tell you what's going to happen after that. I do know it has to be sincere. After that, you gotta read the tea leaves. The American government, like many other governments, has decided to attack the people. And they're using lip service to some of the most horrible people on the planet as justification for their actions. The homosexual community represents less than 1% of the human race. Racism. I'm 56 years old, maybe older since I don't count anymore. Everybody, the hospital that I have worked in, dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people, Asian people have gotten along, friendships, close friendships, gone to each other's weddings, invited each other over to parties at their homes. The only people who are claiming racism is it's the Muslim extremists, and the communists using the rhetoric of racism to attack the United States of America. And then you have some willful dummies, you know, Flatulence Goldberg on The View is a willful dummy to fan the flames of racism. It doesn't matter where you go, whether you go to a Walmart or a convenience store or a bank, or it doesn't matter where you go, El Paso, Texas, New York City, New York. People are living fine with each other. But people are using homosexuality and racism. The communists, the Middle Easterners, the terrorists are using it to attack the United States of America. And you have the willful idiots who want to be net famous, I guess, and are saying stupid stuff they know is not real because they have friends in all different strata of society. Is there racism? Is there white dominance? No, there's no. There's always going to be, you know, racist people. But to say systematic racism, I'm gonna have to say no. Sorry. There are people. There's all kinds of people in the world. All kinds of people in the world. And you know, every time I hear people going off on white people, it's like, well, you should hear what I hear from the Mexicans, the Hispanics in El Paso, Texas, when they speak about other groups, other cultures. So you invite Jesus Christ into your life, and then you deal with the reality that in the United States, you're no longer safe. You're going to have to prepare. I got to keep saying that. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Canned goods, weapons, fuel, matches. Know where you're going to go. See, one of the thoughts that has entered my mind is they can only screw around for so long before something falls off. And that's what's going to happen. Things are going to stop working. I mean, we already see businesses going out of business. You know, and all businesses are connected. Janitorial services are connected to banks, are connected to department stores. They're all you need is for a small percentage of businesses to start to fail, and then they'll drag everybody else down with them. Something is going to break. You can't keep going the way these politicians are going before something breaks. And that means prepare. I have been a pest when it comes to freedom, liberty, and independence, personal responsibility, self-reliance, keeping government out of people's lives, police officers respecting individual rights, human rights. I've been a pest to anybody who when I have my taxi, anybody will start that stupid Hispanic garbage of Americans stole land and the government has to help people. I'd put them in their place as soon as I could possibly put them in their place. So now it's not we, it's you. A lot of you. But now the mess is here, and we need to decide. If you're smart, you're going to decide exactly what's going to happen next. And if you're not paying attention, what's going to happen is going to happen before you even get a chance to respond to it.